Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're talking about a beautiful new bronzer here from Dior. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. So as many of you know, I'm a makeup artist and also esthetician, and I now have an online beauty consulting service, which is where you get to talk to me one-on-one and you get to pick my brain about any beauty concerns you might have, whether you need help figuring out proper makeup placement for your features, or if you need some advice and product recommendations. The benefit of using my service is that I don't work for any brand in particular, so I will just give you my unbiased beauty advice. So to make an appointment, click the link in the description box down below. Alright, let's go ahead and dive into this beautiful new bronzer here from Dior. Let's go ahead and read off the description, the claims, all of that. This is called the Forever Natural Bronze Healthy Glow Sun-Kissed Skin Bronzer, Long Wear Perfection and Comfort. I have the shade here, number 5. So I purchased mine through Nordstrom's and I was served by a beauty consultant named Javiera. And fun fact, I've never actually met her in real life because she's at a Nordstrom's in Toronto and we just talk via Instagram, and I was able to make my purchase through her. So if you're in Canada and you need a Dior advisor, I will be sure to link her information in the description box down below. Now, as stated, I have the shade number 5, and I think that if you are in different locations, you get a different shade range because number 5 was the lightest color, which does not look light at all. But if I'm on the Dior website for different continents, there's lighter colors available, so I'm not sure what that's about. Anyway, these retail at 58 Canadian plus tax. Let's go ahead and read the claims. So this is a powder bronzer, healthy glow effect, sun-kissed finish. That's exactly what we all want, with 95% mineral origin pigments. It says here that the Dior Forever Natural Bronze Powder Bronzer recreates in a single step the sun's caress on the skin for a complexion that is radiant with vitality. That sounds very promising. Who doesn't want that? It's a soft and lightweight product. The bronzer texture blends seamlessly with the skin for a natural, long-wearing result. It's supposed to be infused with wild pansy flower. Dior Forever Natural Bronze preserves the skin's natural hydration for a sensational comfort throughout the day. So there are supposed to be 8 shades available, but here in Canada, I think we only have 4. Anyway. As a reference, this bronzer has 9 grams of product. It has no scent to it whatsoever, maybe just like a slight cosmetic scent, but it's not perfumed, it's not fragrance. And it says that it has a 12-month shelf life once you start using it. As a reference, my other bronzers here, I'll do a swatch comparison at the end. They all seem to have 9, 10, 11 grams of product. So it's around the same size, maybe just a little bit smaller. Now let's talk about this packaging. This looks amazing. I love that the top here is this soft cushion with the CD on top. I don't think that this is real leather. I'm not certain, but it feels soft and squishy like a cushion, but there's clearly some sort of like hard back underneath it, so you're not going to push all the way through. And then the bottom is a hard shell. It reminds me a lot of the packaging for the Dior Forever Perfect Cushion Foundation. This sort of like soft, cushiony, squishy top with a hard shell. These look like cousins to me, although this one here, the bronzer, as you can see, it's much thinner and more compact. So when we all get to go on a beach vacation in Barbados, this bronzer will be perfect to pack for us. Okay, so I think we should go ahead and apply the bronzer. I am wearing a little bit of blush. I'm wearing the Backstage Rosy blush here. I don't think that'll interfere with the application. I just wanted to have a bit of color on my cheeks before coming on camera here. So for the application, I'm going to use a angled contour brush. This is from Sigma. It's their large angled contour brush. I just like these types of brushes for bronzer, so I can really feel my jawbone and apply it there. Let's go ahead and dip in Now, this is pretty dark, so I'm going to be sure to knock off some product here. I like to pass it on my forehead too, just to pretend like I've been out in the sun, but I went out in the sun and got 0 sun damage through the magic of bronzer. All right, this is the bronzer, and I'm really impressed with how this wears. When I swatched it and I saw the palette, I thought it would be much too warm for me, but it's actually really nice, and it's also very buildable. I thought it might be too dark for me as well, but as you saw, if you just tap off a little bit of the excess and you build it up, you can get a really nice bronzer. I think this looks perfect for me. I could definitely add a bit more if I wanted to just be a little bit more golden and sun-kissed, but as it is, I think it's a lovely shade. Now you can tell that I've used this powder here. It's not going to stay pristine and perfect forever, but that's okay. We buy our products to use them. I think the texture of the powder is really nice. It's a soft powder. It's not gel, it's not liquid. It's really just a nice soft powder. That's the best way to describe it. I think it's really lovely. Let's go ahead and compare it to my other bronzers. First up, I'm going to swatch my Backstage contour palette here, the contour and the bronzer colors next to this new Dior bronzer. So as you can see, the contour shade is so much more cool. You can see a stark difference, and then the bronzer in the palette looks much darker and warmer. And so in comparison, this number 5 bronzer is actually not that intense. Now let's go into my Chanel Les Beige number 50 bronzer. This is my original bronzer. As you can see, it's been well loved. So this Chanel Les Beige has more of a satiny finish, and this Dior one is more of a flat matte. It isn't drying, it isn't cakey, it isn't orange, but it's definitely more matte. It doesn't have like a luminous glow to it, it's really matte. I'm also going to compare the Chanel Cream Bronzer just for reference, but I think this one will be quite different. As you can see here, these look so different in color and texture. The new Dior bronzer is much warmer, and the Chanel one looks more neutral in comparison. Let's do a swatch of the Benefit Hoola bronzer because I know that this is a staple for many people. As you can see here, the Dior bronzer still wins at warmest undertone here. The Benefit one looks more cool tone neutral, but they look similar in texture as well. Now let's go into this Givenchy bronzer. I have the shade number 3. So far, I don't think I've swatched 2 bronzers that look the exact same, which is great. So these two here look sort of related. Again, the Dior one is a bit warmer, but they seem to have some sort of a similarity between the two. I do have to say that the Givenchy one has more of a satiny finish, but even though the Dior one does not have a satiny finish, it still has a nice soft finish anyway. And then let's swatch it with the Chantecaille Real Bronze in Sirena. So as far as the hue goes, I think these are quite similar. Sirena has more of that soft satiny finish, but the undertone is similar. I think these are the two that may be the closest in color, but there's still a little bit of difference. Like the finish is different. If anyone is out there trying to convince themselves of why they need this new Dior bronzer, there are subtle differences. Overall, I think this is a really lovely bronzer. To me, this is like kicking off and signaling the warmer months, the summer. I think it's a gorgeous bronzer. Even though it doesn't have that soft satiny finish that I do love in certain bronzers, the powder formula is very soft and delicate, and it does give you that beautiful glow, that little sun kiss, like the sun just blessed you with just a little bit of a tan, and it is quite versatile. Yes, the colors run a bit darker, but as you can see, you can build it up. So just go in lightly and build as you go. So my final thoughts are, this is fantastic and fabulous. I think the packaging is beautiful. I love how sleek the case is. You know, it's not too bulky, but it still looks really extra. It looks sleek enough that you could just slip it onto your carry-on bag as you fly to some tropical destination. So I just think it's a really lovely product. If you're new to my channel, please make sure to take the time to subscribe and also hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. Alright guys, I think this is it for today's video. Sound off in the comments below. Let me know, did you buy this bronzer? Is it on your wish list? Are there other bronzers that are new on the market that you want me to test out? Are there other bronzers that are older on the market that you want me to test out? Just let me know in the comments. Okay, so I think this is all I have for you for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!